For some reason, I think it has something to do with quantum physics. They say anytime you want an answer, 42.
42.
I don't know how it's derived.
I'm going to look into that because I actually believe everything can be explained with quantum physics. Because
very fair.
Energy is everything is energy. Atoms. They're bonded by the energy between them.
Yeah.
You are made up of atoms. I'm made up of atoms. The energy in you. I kind of have this feeling that our consciousness, right? That energy, when we die, that leaves and goes somewhere, right? But that same energy is in you right now. You know what they say? Like energies attract.
Yeah.
You realize how you resonate with some people more than others.
Yeah.
I think that's just constructive interference in physics. You just actually just getting along with somebody, just energies just coming together, and you feel that vibe.
Really interesting thought.
Yeah, when you're here, stand up, and you feel so taken in by a conversation. You don't feel that with everyone.
Yeah, and I don't know what to attribute that to. I don't know if it's. You're right. Like I'm not so familiar with physics other than like rudimentary, which I was required to take. But I think it's very fascinating. And I think, to sort of chart everything up to quantum physics is totally possible.
Nothing is a mystery in this life. It can all be explained.
But I think there's also, it's quite interesting that you say it, because I think there's nature-nurture debate, which is as old as the chicken and the egg.
Yeah.
So I think if the quantum physics is your nature, how much can the nurture interfere? But then again, there's also the argument, I've seen the cases even in myself where family, friends might push a narrative on you, but I think everyone knows deep down, whether they're willing to admit to themselves or else people, what's right. And I think there's always a feeling.
Yes,
people,
that's the quantum
situations, jobs, like I think so many people coast in the life and like are like almost intoxicated by the daily mundrum because they know deep down something's wrong, but they feel too locked. And they're too scared to take that bold leap and do what they actually are compelled to do. So to your point, everyone may just be oriented such that there is a goal that they need to get to. Does everyone do that in their lifetime? I don't know. But do I think they know it?
Deep down, we probably do. But even you and I are proof that nurture has like an effect on everybody. Look at us. We probably grew up. We went to school. Went to college. Now we're getting a job. These are things that have been taught to us. We were indoctrinated, sort of.
Exactly.
And we're just following a system that was set in place.
Exactly.
So we're no different.
You're right. And I did everything right in school. I always tried to. I had high ambitions to go to a great school. Fortunate enough to have done that.
Right, because you went to UPenn, right?
I did. Yeah, and then got a very privileged job, which I'd consider very lucky, especially in the economy. So I'm excited for that, and I think it has great opportunity. But again, having been more independent in college and actually seeing what that environment entailed, which I'm very grateful for the experience, I think it kind of showcases again that it was valuable, but it's very much, again, you follow a prescription and you do it. Like everyone does the same thing, right? They do banking, they do consulting, they join this group, they join that group. And in the end, it's like, to be such a high performing person, especially at a young age, to get into a school like that, even you at Vanderbilt, you have to be a talented and unique person. Everyone is, but I think you definitely show the work ethic to pursue it.
Put more work in,
so how can all of a sudden you come in with all these interests and then 4 years later you just assimilate to the same type of jobs? That's impossible. It really is. So this is society, and I'm not scorning it.
No, you're right.
I'm doing something related to it. But it's like, and some things are a means to an end, but I think you have to toe the line. Like, of course, in life, you can't just get to what you want. Like, there's steps, there's sacrifices, and everyone's situation is unique. But I think you have to be very careful because life likes to assign roles to everybody. People love to categorize you into a box. And if you don't at some point stand up and say, this is who I am, this is what I want, no one's going to save you.
You have to. Nobody is coming to save you. You have to fight for what you want, 100%.
Exactly.
Because if you just take everything that's handed to you, you will be thrown into trash. And everybody, the trash around you, will convince you that you are part of them, and you'll remain there.
And they'll like you more.
They'll like you.
Yeah. You'll be miserable, they'll be miserable, and misery loves company. They'll like you.
Misery loves company.
It's as simple as that. Like, that's why I choose quality over quantity, because the masses demand a certain type of behavior.
Exactly.
They demand conformity, and they demand, again, their egos not being frustrated. So I think, the quality part is essential, because if you assume yourself to the masses, and I'm not saying like, you'll find friends everywhere, but if you take the common mindset that everyone, and you try to people please, you're gonna give up your whole uniqueness and individuality. There's a big difference between being rude and aggressive, I think, and actually being a nice person, but being an independent person. And I think that's the goal to strive for. Like, it's not bad to walk away. Obviously, granted, whether it's a relationship or a friendship, I'm a big communicator. I'm a very forward person. I don't know if that's how I come off. At least I try to be, and
No,
sometimes it works.
yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. But I'll be the first one to say, like, even if it's with a close friend, like if we're doing something, whatever, like, and I don't feel comfortable, I'm like, no, I don't believe in this. I don't feel
Yes.
comfortable in this. Like, I will just blame. Like, I don't have to beat around the bush and imply like this works. Like, no, this is just how it is.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, I can be nice, but I can keep boundaries. Yeah, that's how. And granted,
Yeah.
obviously, I fall short of it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I may come off. I may not be assertive enough. I may be too assertive, right? Like like, imperfection is life, right? That's what.
That's true.
Yeah, it's also beautiful in itself, right?
Mhm.
What would be the point if everything was so easy,
Oh,
right?
lady, she's a
There
poet
is no
too.
right. Yeah, exactly. So that's, I think, the essence of why people have to work and find something to do. The right work is more fulfilling than a life of boredom and pleasure. There's simply like night and day, pleasure, evil, hard work, grit, but like all of these things, duality of man, duality of life. I believe everything has an equal and opposite reaction. Whatever I just said there.
Physics again. There we go.
You can't overstimulate, right? Like this wine, right? Some people suffer with alcoholism, which has gone up in this country. Drugs, gambling, eating, right? Like
Gambling.
everything is, you know what I mean? Everyone, I mean, I've been there. Everyone likes excess, right? It feels good. It's intoxicating, but everything in life is balance. You know, that's my last name, ironically enough.
Balance.
Yeah, and
that's his actual last name. Balance. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So I preach balance. I preach what I am, and I preach what I hope
preach
to
it,
be.
live it, assimilate. Yo,
exactly. Put it on a shirt.
Fucking hell, let's go. Yo,
exactly.
Brad, bro, thank you